suppose as a crowd to a person, we love and sing that tune, and it's noisy. And then as in the Premier League grounds nowadays, the flamethrowers go up, and the noise level is incredible. And particularly at Selhurst Park, because it is a smaller, well, it takes 26,000, but an older stadium. And it's got a
Mm.
great atmosphere. I think Palace are quite well known in the Premier League for their great fans and the sounds they make. So it's
Mm.
always good for the players. They must feel good when they come out to that kind of music. And it's an
Yeah.
interesting little bit of a subject, going slightly off at a tangent. If I were a manager, I would make sure that the music they come out to
Yeah.
is it gets you there, which is what Glad All Over does. Um, there was a song by Green Day, something about the enemy. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a great, great song. It really sort of pits you against the enemy, whoever the enemy may be. Say
Mm.
by the band called Green Day. So I would do things like that. I mean, sometimes if you're watching on Sky, or if I've been to a lot of away games, and the music their team comes out to, I think is sometimes insipid. It just isn't. It's not going to fire them up. I mean, in Liverpool's case, I can't remember what they come out to, but once they're all out, um, of course, they sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," which is obviously a brilliant song, and that may not be kind of an upbeat song to get you at the enemy, so to speak, but it gets you in the heart, in the mind, the emotions. We're singing to the team. You'll never walk alone, and that is very much a watchword for Liverpool Football Club from their fans. So
Mm.
I really think the music is important when they come out. So I can see what Arteta is meaning. He wants to get every ounce of possibility to get into his team's mind for the game that's about to start.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, I think he's probably right when he says his players want to play there. They all know it's a top side. Let's face it. And I get the feeling that a bit like Palace, they've got a great group of players and a good camaraderie between those players. Managers often talk about their group of players, and you can
Mm.
see, as in any walk of life, if you've got a good group of people who gel very well, get on together, and fire each other up and support each other, and we'll do it to the death to whoever we're playing. You can see it works. It's something. It gives you the extra percentage point, which is what you've got to go for when largely teams at any level, but particularly in the Premier League, to a large extent, they cancel each other out. Even the best teams,
Mm.
the top teams, against the lower ones, they're all playing Premier League level football, and there's no mugs in the Premier League. I mean, a player will often tell you, or a manager, that there are no easy games, and they're not, because like Burnley a few weeks ago, they were so unlucky not to get a point off of Liverpool at Burnley, but one
Yeah.
of their guys handled the ball, didn't he? Just
Yeah.
in the 90 something minute, I think. So Liverpool won that one. But yeah, the camaraderie between players is a huge part of success, the confidence that it gives, because teams largely cancel each other out. So you've got to go for those extra, obviously, training,
Yeah.
nutrients, how they eat. Their lives are largely controlled in terms of what they eat, their diets, um, their sleep, all sorts of instructions they have, which
Yeah.
is probably a small price to pay for the fabulous salaries they're paid. But yeah,
Wow.
they look for every percentage point of improvement. And I think that's what Arteta is currently doing.
Yeah. Well, it's doing well because I read that and I thought, is that true? But then I thought I've never heard any, you know. But then I thought I've never heard any, bitter cries from his quarters by any of the players, of
Mm.
anything at all. I mean, all he seems to suffer, like any other team, is injuries,
Yeah,
like Bukayo Saka had. Now, the Premier League table, I'm quite delighted when I saw your team on this being second on the table.
yeah, we were second for a
Now,
day.
now obviously they've gone third. I can't remember who was in second place now.
Arsenal
Yeah.
have gone second,
Is that,
haven't they?
oh yeah, Arsenal, yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
thought
they
so.
won. They won in the end of the game the other day, didn't they?
Yeah, I know it's just a point. I know they're just a point ahead, whoever's there, but I just
It
couldn't
is. Yeah,
remember. Just couldn't
yeah.
remember who it was quite there. All right, so Erling Haaland, Manchester City. I don't know. This might be a rumor, but it's worth exploring anyway. So Haaland is getting demand from Barcelona for a move, and apparently, this will shock you. Apparently, Manchester City is asking for a minimum of 250 million. Do you think they have? Do you think they want to let him go? I don't think they want to let. Are they going to pay? Are they going to get that price for him?
I don't know. I mean, that kind of is almost becoming the going rate for the top footballers. I'm trying to
All
think
right,
what Mbappe cost Barcelona from PSG. It was
right,
was it 180 million? It was a vast amount of money. Now
right.
250 million. Um, I mean, obviously they've given him this long contract, haven't they? A 5-year contract, I think, on this incredible money. It's like
Yeah,
£1 million. Is it 1 million a month? It might be half a million a month. It's five
yeah,
hundred thousand pounds a week. Um, so they can afford to say, yeah, if you want him, you can pay us that money. And I in today's climate, I don't think that's unreasonable, knowing how good he is, how he's like a guaranteed 30 goal a season man, which nowadays doesn't happen that often. We tend to keep the desirable norm at 20 goals. If it gives you 20 goals a season, that's a top player. And let's face it, it is. 20 Premier League goals is very good and
yeah,
quite difficult as defences have got better over the years. But he's going to score, certainly in all competitions, probably 40 or 50 goals, which is really what he's done so far. So Premier League, he's going to get certainly 25 to 30 goals, and that guarantees it. So I can understand them saying that's what we'll accept, but also it's another way of saying keep your hands off because
yeah.
you know,